a forgotten legend or proof of extraterrestrial life. In 1803, Japanese fishermen find a hollow boat adrift. What they discover inside will leave you questioning everything. Join us as we dive into the enigma of the Utsuro Bune. For centuries, Japan was a world unto itself, a secluded archipelago committed to preserving its unique way of life. The Sakoku Edict, a policy of isolation that began in the early 1600s, turned Japan into a virtual island fortress, prohibiting nearly all foreign interactions. This policy was enacted by Tokugawa Iemitsu, the shogun who believed Japan needed protection from the disruptive influence of foreign ideologies, particularly Western Christianity and trade. Under Sakoku, Japanese citizens were forbidden to leave the country, and foreign ships were turned away or destroyed if they ventured too close. The Dutch, with a small trading post on the artificial island of Dejima, were the only Westerners permitted limited access, under tight supervision, in Nagasaki. Beyond this tightly controlled exception, Japan sealed itself off from the outside world, and the result was a society that grew increasingly unique, insulated, and self-sustained. Foreign tales and technologies were reduced to near mythical status, adding to the mystique of the forbidden world beyond Japan's shores, which makes this tale coming up all the more unbelievable. Against this backdrop of isolationism and cultural protectionism, an incident occurred in 1803 that would leave an indelible mark on Japanese folklore and inspire countless theories. In February of that year, a group of fishermen from the remote coast of Hitachi province spotted an unusual vessel drifting near the shore. This vessel, known today as the Utsuro Bune, or hollow ship, defied description. Shaped like a small, rounded craft with a metallic exterior and transparent windows, it was unlike anything these men had seen before. Curiosity overcame caution, and they towed it ashore to investigate. Inside, they discovered a sight that would haunt their memories and stoke their imaginations. A woman of foreign appearance, clutching a box and dressed in clothing that defied their understanding. She was pale-skinned, with bright red hair and strange garments, suggesting a world wholly foreign to them. Who was this woman, and what brought her to their shores? The woman's sudden appearance not only puzzled but unsettled the villagers. In a time when foreign contact was rare and often perilous, her presence was as much a breach of the country's security as it was a tantalizing glimpse into an unknown world. The villagers observed her with awe and apprehension, noting her peculiar attire and the strange symbols inscribed on the inner walls of the vessel. These symbols, written in an unrecognizable script, gave the impression of an elaborate coded message. When they attempted to communicate with her, they found that she spoke in a language none of them understood, a language so foreign it seemed almost inhuman to them. Despite their efforts to bridge the gap, communication proved impossible, deepening the mystery surrounding her origin. Every detail about her, from her red hair to the symbols etched in her vessel, seemed to speak of a distant, unreachable place. The villagers speculated wildly about her identity and the reason for her journey. Some believed she was a princess from a foreign land, cast away as punishment for a forbidden love or a family scandal. Her guarded grip on the box she carried suggested it held something valuable or sacred, perhaps even a memento of a tragic love affair. An elder in the village recalled a story he had heard long ago about a woman exiled for defying an arranged marriage. According to the elder, this woman's lover had been executed, and she had been forced into exile, carrying only a single object, the severed head of her beloved. This eerie tale resonated with the villagers, who began to suspect the woman's box might contain a similar relic. The elder advised that, to avoid bringing her tragic fate upon themselves, they should send her back to the sea, allowing her to complete her journey and find peace. The decision to return her to the sea was not merely pragmatic, it was also deeply symbolic. Japan's isolationist policies dictated that foreign influence be kept out, and the Sakoku Edict was as much a psychological barrier as it was a political one. By sending her back, the villagers were protecting their community from the government's wrath while also adhering to an unspoken cultural imperative to reject foreign intrusion, and pushed it back into the ocean, watching until it vanished from sight. They had encountered something inexplicable, something beyond their understanding, and their only choice was to let it slip back into the unknown. The legend of the Utsurobuni thus became a tale of boundaries, both literal and metaphorical, serving as a reminder of Japan's fragile balance between preservation and curiosity. While the villagers' actions were an attempt to restore order, the story of the Utsurobune lived on, sparking theories that ranged from the historical to the supernatural. Scholars and historians have since examined the legend from numerous angles, searching for clues that might shed light on the mystery. Some propose that the woman may have been of Russian descent, as Russia had begun to explore and expand near Japanese waters by the late 18th century. Russian ships had been sighted in the northern territories, and there was even documented evidence of a Japanese fisherman, Daikokuya Kodayu, who had been stranded in Russia and returned with tales of strange customs and foreign technologies. The descriptions of the woman, her pale skin and red hair, aligned with those of Russian nobility, leading some to speculate that she might have been a high-ranking individual, possibly even royalty, cast away by misfortune. Others suggest that the story reflects the cultural anxieties of the Sakoku period. To these theorists, the tale of the Utsurobune is not merely a strange encounter, but a narrative cautioning against foreign influence. The woman's exotic appearance and mysterious language underscored the fear of contamination that permeated Japanese society at the time. Red hair, often associated in Japanese folklore with demons and supernatural beings, may have symbolized danger or even malevolence. The woman's status as an outsider and her subsequent rejection by the villagers mirrors the rigid expectations of the Sakoku policy, which demanded that Japan remain free from foreign influence at any cost. The decision to send her back to sea was a symbolic act of purification, a means of maintaining Japan's cultural sanctity against an unknown, potentially corrupting force. Another theory has gained popularity, one that ventures beyond the realms of historical speculation and cultural allegory. This theory posits that the Utsurobune might have been an early encounter with extraterrestrial life. Enthusiasts of the UFO theory argue that the vessel's shape, described as round and metallic with glass windows, resembles the iconic flying saucers that would later become a fixture in modern UFO lore. The symbols inscribed within the vessel, incomprehensible to the villagers, are seen by some as evidence of an alien script, a language originating from a distant planet. Proponents of this theory suggest that the woman herself may have been an extraterrestrial being, lost or abandoned on Earth, her unusual features and foreign tongue a product of an entirely different evolutionary path. This UFO hypothesis is bolstered by the fact that no known Japanese or foreign seafaring vessels from the period match the description of the Utsurobune, leading some to believe that it was not of human origin. The strange markings documented in historical texts add to the mystery. Despite extensive research, no known language, ancient or modern, has been conclusively linked to the symbols described. For those who subscribe to the extraterrestrial theory, these unidentifiable symbols are a tantalizing clue, a cipher that hints at a message from beyond our world. Though mainstream historians dismiss this notion as speculative at best, the allure of this interpretation persists, keeping the legend alive for modern audiences fascinated by the possibility of alien contact. Ultimately, the Utsurobune endures as a story that reflects both the fears and fascinations that define the human experience. Was the woman a castaway from a distant land, a divine figure, or an alien traveler? The mystery remains unsolved, its truth lost to the sea. Each retelling brings new interpretations, new possibilities, keeping the story alive in a perpetual state of speculation. And so, the Utsurobune drifts on through the annals of history, a hollow ship carrying questions that may never find answers, its enigmatic voyage continuing in the imaginations of those who encounter its tale. Thank you for joining us on this mysterious journey through history. If you enjoyed unraveling this enigma, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories. Don't forget to check out the video popping up on your screen right now. There's always more to explore. Until next time, stay curious and keep seeking the unknown.